What is up, y'all, and welcome to another Saturday Night Live with Jeffroz FishKeeping. I don't know why I'm leaning down to the mic. I don't know. There we go. Alright, what is up, y'all? Yeah, I messed around with my color settings on my camera, but I don't think I've got it yet. I really don't. To me, my cheeks look way too shiny still. And I know it's got to do with these lights here. It's adjusting, but oh well. So, had a great day. Shot a couple of videos, edited a couple of videos today. Not been getting so far ahead. I am ahead, but not as far as having the videos up on YouTube. So I've been working on getting caught back up with that. I've got a bunch in the can. But been having a really good day. I did go ahead and order that fight that's happening tonight, the UFC fight. I think that's going to be an exciting fight. I think it is like an evenly matched fight. So I like those, so I order those. I haven't ordered a fight in probably 2 years, so it's probably been around 2 years actually. So yeah, I went ahead and pulled the plug on it, or pulled the trigger on it. The last time I ordered a fight, my 16-year-old son's buddies, they all, he just told a bunch of buddies if they want to watch a fight, $5 and blah blah blah, and we all ended up getting to watch it for like $5 a piece. So that's what we're gonna do it again tonight. So kind of cool. Let's see, what did I do as far as fish related stuff today? All I did is really basically feed my fish today. That's about it. So not a whole lot going on. Yeah, I was really lazy last night. Didn't do a whole lot. No, I take that back. I edited a video last night, and I edited a video today. I shot a video last night. Finished one today. So, taking it easy. It has been really chilly here and raining a whole bunch. In the last 24 hours, we've gotten 4.5 inches of rain here. So, really kind of wet. So, how is everybody else doing? Saturday night's one of those just hangout streams where we just come together and hang out. And yeah, so I'm going to go to the chat and see who all is here. And we'll go from there. Charlie was the first one here tonight. What is up, Charlie? Nice to see ya. Then we got Peter Thiel from Mob Guppy. What is up, Peter? Daryl Deemer is in the house. What is up, guys? What is up? Let's see here. John Gonzalez is in the house, and he said he went to the LFS today to buy 2 plants. And he came home with 3 Herbert Axelrodi rainbows, a black clavis, and a bamboo shrimp. It was a good day. Yes, it was, sir. That is awesome. That's the way I go to every store, even like grocery stores. I go to pick up one thing and I come home with a lot of stuff. But awesome on the Herbert Axelrodi. Those are awesome, man. Let's see here. Select Pet is in the house. Shoo. Just got done water changing just in time for Jeffro time. Awesome, man. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see ya. I need to take more oxygen next time I try to say that many words at one time. Jad Orsi is in the house. What is up, Jad? Nice to see ya. Loving that kitchen or dining room pond that you did this week. And I had thought of that hang on the back type stuff, but the one that I was trying didn't work, so I gave up on it. But I never even realized that you could. I think yours was the same ones that I use on my 55-gallon tanks in my fish room, so I'll have to remember that. But I'm really digging that setup. If mine end up freezing up this winter, I will probably bring mine inside and do the same thing. I'll just get rid of my dining room table. Well, I won't get rid of it, but I'll move it for the winter, I guess. I don't know. Select Pet says, hi guys, I heard Jeff's doing live streams Monday now too, so I took off work Monday to try to catch it. Awesome, yeah. I'm going live. It's a little bit later of a time on Mondays because Bob Steenfot goes on right before me, so mine will be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I had one this last Monday, and it was a pretty good one. It was about the same kind of turnout at all my other ones, so I was really pleased, and I'm going to keep on doing them for quite a while. Chad Krotz is in the house. What is up, Chad? Nice to see ya. Mob Guppy says, please like and share tonight's live stream. I shared it with the local fish club. We can all help Jeffro grow his channel. Thanks a lot, Peter. I appreciate that. I'm drinking coffee tonight too, by the way, because last night I was up till 2 in the morning, and I was up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. So I'm having a feeling that whenever that fight comes on tonight, I'm going to be dead tired. So I brewed me up a pot of coffee for the live stream. I may be up till 2 or 3 in the morning again tonight, but I won't miss that dadgum fight. Let's see here. Select Pet says, I'm trying to talk myself out of buying 10 small angels for 20 bucks. Wow. Alright. Yuve Peterson is in the house. What is up, Yuve? Hopefully you don't mind me calling you Yuve. I cannot pronounce your first name. I am a redneck hillbilly from the Ozarks. So I don't have it in me, but I will just call you Yuve if that's okay with you. Let's see here. Valley Fish is in the house. What is up, Jeff? Real Thing for You Fish Tanks is here. What is up? Nice to see you. M. Howie Fish Tanks is here. What is up, Mike? He says, hey all lurking. BB23 is here. What is up, BB23? Nice to see you. What's up? Let's see here. D from Down the Wormhole is here. What is up, D? Nice to see ya. Tampa Tom is here with a new emoji. What is up, Tampa Tom? Nice to see you, buddy. Dank Tanks is in the house. Yo, Dank. So, Honeybee is here. What is up, Honeybee? Looking tanned. Oh, great. I was going to ask, whenever I got to the bottom of the chat, what people thought. So now I'll go ahead and ask if I need to change my color settings anymore, because on this OBS screen it's looking pretty good to me. I haven't looked on the YouTube one yet though. I am tan though. Yeah, the YouTube one looks pretty good to me. Right here is a little shiny still on the YouTube one, and then right there it's just too much light. But I am tan. So that's my real color. Yeah. So, Select Pet says, Jeffro, a little stage makeup will fix the shiny. Yeah, but I ain't gonna be able to do that. What I might do, and I've got, what do you call them? Diffusers on all my lights. Every one of them I have diffusers on it. So it's got something to do with the white balance. And I haven't messed with that one yet. I didn't start messing with the color settings until like 10 minutes before I went live. So that last one, I looked at the clock and it said time to go live, so I just clicked OK and saved it for now. And we're good. Dozer, come here! Come here! Come here and see me. I'm here alone tonight, and he's out there walking around freely, and I heard him sound like he was getting into something. Come on in here. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I know. I had a fish tank overflow this week, buddy. It's dry, though. He was sniffing the floor like, whoa. Yeah, my carpet doesn't smell the best in the world. I'm working on it. It's dry at least, but now I've just got to get the smell out of the carpet. I'm probably going to have to shampoo my carpet in here. I've done just about everything I could think of. Ba-bum, bum, bum. Let's see here. Where are we at? Tampa Tom says. Pebs13 is in the house. What is up, Pebs13? Nice to see ya. Welcome to the live stream. Richard's Tanks is here. What in the heck? I can't get to what he's saying. Okay. You've said it's okay about my Greenlandic name. Cool, cool. I was reading, someone had said something, and now I can't even remember who it was that said. I was reading someone's comment, and then it just went bloop and gone. Mary from RNH2O is here. What is up, Mary? Oddball Aquatics is here. The hang on the back is the Tetra Whisper 60. Yep, and I've got that on that 55 and this one up here too. And I figured that they wouldn't work because I tried this other one that was a little bit smaller, and I just assumed. Kitchen pond. Yep. Okay. So now, dun dun dun. If I missed anybody, I'm really, really sorry because my chat just went crazy. Come on. Alright, so I guess I'm going to roll back down in the chat. Boy, a lot of people showed up at once is what the deal is. Patrick Cooper is in the house. What is up, Patrick Cooper? Hello, finally made it. Awesome. We do it 3 times a week now. So I'm doing it Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday nights. So if you can't make a certain night, you're bound to find one that hopefully works. And I saw a bunch of new people here in the chat too, so hopefully I'm not missing anybody here, because my chat just went bonkers when everybody showed up. It was like everybody showed up all at once. Down the wormhole says she's just getting dinner out of the oven. I ate kind of a late lunch, late breakfast, late lunch, and I'm going to eat a late supper. I made catfish and fried potatoes last night, and I have a bunch of leftovers of that, so I'm going to have some catfish and fried potatoes after the live stream. Wendy Wyatt, I would love to see that pond in the dining room, please. Yeah, no doubt, right? I've pretty much got the free reign of the house here. I can do whatever I want, so if my ponds do start to freeze, I probably will bring them in. The only reason why I'm leaving them outside is just pure laziness, and I've got plenty of room in the basement. I could put them in the basement. It's just a pain in the hind end to take them all the way down in the basement, and then here in just a few more months bring them all back up again, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on a little experiment to see how long I can make them last outside this winter. And right now, today, I had 72 degrees in the ponds all day long, even this morning, and it's getting down in the 40s at nighttime, and like today the high was like 55. So and I've just got one 300-watt heater in each one. So this next weekend I'm going to shoot a video on that, because it's been a couple weeks since I've done a video on it. I'm going to shoot another video on it, give you guys an update on it, and I'm going to add a couple more 300-watt heaters to each one. So that'll be 600 watts to each one. And I think that will get me into November for sure. That'll get me through October, I know. And then once we get into November and we start getting down into the 30s at nighttime, that will give me an idea of how much longer I can make it. I think it would be awesome if I could start the ponds like in March, April, May, somewhere around in there, and go all the way to November every year, so May to November. Then I would have knowledge, you know, maybe I would just empty them and leave them out in the winter and then fill them back up in like May and start them over again. I don't know. I like to have that water in the house though, and have all of that filter media cycling. So that's the nicest thing about keeping them going, because that shower filter, you know, I keep all kinds of beneficial bacteria media in there and stuff. So anyhow, let's see. Mob Guppy says you are washed out. The lights may be the issue. Yeah, I know, and I don't understand why, because they have diffusers on them. I mean, maybe they're too close, so I need to have them. I just about knocked that light over. Maybe they're too close, could be the issue. Yeah, that is not, that's like a rig job there. Hang on one second, guys. Okay. So I'll work on it before next live stream. It's been this way for a long time, though. I mean, like, see what I mean? Like, here I am, I'm not shiny cheeks. But if I shut those lights off, it looks goofy. So, I don't know, I'll work on it some more. I'll get it one of these days. Carbon Really is in the house. What is up, Carbon Really? Jeremy from Sergeant Tank is here lurking and bagging a ton of fish. Awesome to hear, buddy. Good job. Well, yeah, you've got that auction tomorrow, don't you? That's what it is. Cool. Good luck tomorrow on that. Wendy Wyatt, okay. Alright, we're at the bottom of the chat, I think. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not even close to the bottom of the chat. It was making me think we were at the bottom of the chat. So, let's shut off this one. See, this cheek is still really, really shiny. I mean, you guys can see me. That one's not as bad. Okay. Select Pet says, Jeff, add to the poll more videos of Jeffro turning basement into fish room. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Depends on how slow I get this winter. If I run out of things to do, I will definitely do that, because all I would really have to do is add one of those natural gas, like hang on the wall heaters, you know. Whenever I was at Jeremy's at Sergeant Tank, he's got one of those, and my mom and dad have one in their living room, just where if they don't want to have their furnace on, and they have like the stove going, like they've got wood heat as well, and every once in a while they'll use the wall unit as supplemental heat. So like if the fire gets down and they don't want to go outside and get another log, they'll turn on that wall unit. And those wall units, I mean, that would heat my little basement. I've got a small, half basement, I guess is what you would say. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable. But then I would have to go down to the basement every day. I mean, there's a lot of trade-off to it. There's positives and negatives for it. Put a white sheet in front of the lights. Yeah, that's what my diffusers are. I've got diffusers, white, like umbrellas over the lights. So, see that white umbrella? It's a diffuser. It's a light diffuser. Let's see here. RNH2O says Pleco versus food. I did Pleco versus food this weekend, and it's the well, I actually shot the video. When did I shoot the video? Seems like I shot the video earlier in the week, but I edited it this weekend, and it's Pleco versus broccoli. And I bought my new pumpkin today to do the Pleco versus jack-o'-lantern. Joseph from JH Aquatics is in the house. What is up? Let's see here. Science Gal Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Science Gal? Nice to see ya. Susie Q from Q Aquatics is here. What is up, Susie? Nice to see ya. Yeah, don't catch your house on fire. I agree with that, Dank. 100%. Let's see here. Red Dirt Cichlids is in the house. What is up, man? Select Pet says, get cool fish in the basement that you want to see and you don't dread going down for. Yeah, definitely. And I have to go to the basement all the time anyhow because that's where my washer and dryer is. But like, sometimes I get so sidetracked. I've got 36 tanks now. So this is what I foresee happening is I've got 36 tanks. And let's say I go down to the basement because I didn't get the load of laundry out of the dryer last night, and I pick out some clothes, and I come back upstairs, and I, take a shower, and I get dressed, and I go to work. Well, now the way it is tonight whenever I come home from work, after supper's done, and after I get caught up on social media and yada, 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 I can go feed all the fish. And sometimes I remember that by walking by a tank and seeing the fish go, hey, Jeffro, we're hungry, And with them all being downstairs, that would be different. Susie Q says, I overflowed my pond today. Yeah, I had a hang on the back. The leveler popped off of it, so it was kind of tilted back like that, and probably 10 gallons of water overflowed out of this 40-gallon breeder this week, and it stunk. Literally, it stunk. Dank Tank says, guns, bro, guns. I think I'm going to grab that Game-O. Yeah. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about there, of course you don't. Dank's going to get his little, well, hopefully she's not a subscriber, but Dank's going to get his little girl a pellet rifle. She's been wanting a pellet rifle, so I was giving him some pointers and tips on it today, and he picked one without my help, but it is a good one, the one that he picked. The Noxky Tanks is in the house. What is up, Binoxky? I'll tell you what, this coffee has gave me a big pickup too. I was sleepy all day long. Let's see here. I almost overflowed one of my outdoor tubs this week. The lower one was like probably about halfway full, and I went out there and treated the water, and then I put a hose down in the water and started filling it up, and I got sidetracked big time. And I looked out there, and I mean, it was like a quarter of an inch from overflowing. Peter says, only 36 tanks, Jeffro? Question mark? Hashtag sad. Yeah, I know, right? I need to get more. Right now they're doing $1 per gallon sale too, so I could do like a 20-gallon long rack. Because I'm thinking right now, my L182s, the size that they are, they're in that 40-gallon breeder planted aquarium. I'm thinking that if I was to grab those guys and sex them out, I could probably put a reverse trio in a 20-gallon long and maybe get them breeding right now. Like, I don't know. Kevin from KG Cichlids is here. Hey, something looks new here. Yeah, I've got a bunch of tanks behind me. That's pretty new. Not very long ago. It's been a lot of fun this week. Mob Guppy says $1 a gallon is back. I can buy a few more. Yeah, I can't remember who was telling me this week, but I checked and it's going right now. Dank says he overflowed his turtle tank this week. Dang. Yeah, I overflowed that one, but that one wasn't, well, it was my fault. So I did filter maintenance on all these tanks this week, well, last week, because setting up all these new tanks, like the bottom 3 tanks, the sponge filters were new. They had only been out in that summer pond outside for like a month, and they didn't, to me, they didn't probably have very much beneficial bacteria on them. And then on the other side of that crystal tank that I'm setting up over there, that was a brand new Matin filter. So I squeezed out a bunch of my filters in these tanks this week and did all my filter maintenance. I mean, like, these 55-gallon tanks, they've got the big jumbo sponges in them, and since I had bought those, I had not taken them out one time and cleaned them, and they're probably somewhere around 6 or 7 months old, so they really needed it bad. So whenever I was doing my filter maintenance, I evidently, whenever I pulled the media out of this AquaClear, evidently it lifted up the filter enough to drop out that leveling mechanism that hooks onto them, and I didn't really notice it, and yeah, so it's kind of my fault. Science Gal Aquatic says my pond overflowed from all the rain. Yep, I seen Rachel O'Leary. See, mine is on a covered porch, so I don't have that problem. But Rachel O'Leary would drill holes all around the rim, all the way around the outside, and that helps with that. Math homework is so boring. Yep. I hardly ever took homework home either, you know. I did my best to cram at school and get it done. You mind moving back 1 inch, Dozer, so I can move my chair? Keith Boardley is in the house. Hello, everyone. My local Petco is still out of 20 longs. Dang it. Yeah, Keith is the one that told me that Petco was doing the dollar per gallon sale. I remember now. Yeah, I am doing a poll on tonight's live stream. It's the same one as Wednesday night. I couldn't see what the results were Wednesday night. Right after the stream, I clicked on it, and I know people had voted, but it wasn't showing me. Yes, BB23 is correct. This way Jeffro can produce content of our want. Yep, and you know, I might be creating all that stuff, but it tells me what you guys are wanting to see right now. You know what I mean? First. JH Aquatic says, I have a water alarm and I still overflowed a tank a second ago. Yeah, and this last overflow thing, I mean, like last week I overflowed one of these 10 gallons, but they fill so quick. I mean, I left the room for just a few minutes and I got sidetracked and I came in here and I mean, it wasn't overflowing for very long, but this 40-gallon breeder, an overflow alarm wouldn't have fixed that problem because it was coming out of the back of the hang on the back. That's what the problem was. So the hang on the back, you know, instead of being level, it was tipping backwards. So the water was right up to the edge and it was just dripping over the edge. So it happened over a couple of day period is what happened. Over a 48-hour period, it lost about 10 gallons and I didn't catch it. Dubrex21 is in the house. I hope you're doing well, Jeffro. I bought more White Clouds, and 4 have already been eaten by my large goldfish. Only the fittest survive in my Project Cold Water. Dang. Those White Clouds are awesome, man. Tampa Tom says Pleco versus Jello. Yeah, that... excuse me. That would probably work. It'd be a lot of sugar. I guess I could get sugar-free. And then I'd have to get one that didn't have any citric acid in it, and I bet you that's going to be really hard to do because I think just about every Jello you can think of has citric acid in it. There was one night this week that I tossed and turned all night long. I think it was Thursday night. And I mean, the last time I looked at the clock, it was 2 in the morning. And Friday morning when I got up, I was dead beat. And I could not figure out what it was. And you know those cold coffee drinks that you can buy, like the double shot, and you can get them in caramel and white chocolate, yada yada yada. Well, Thursday afternoon I was kind of sleepy a little bit, and since I drive a vehicle for a living, I stopped and got one of those, and that's exactly what it was. If I drink any caffeine after 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I used to be able to drink it until 9 o'clock at night and go right to bed and just saw logs. But not anymore. So I will be up late, but it's because of the UFC fights tonight. So Mob Guppy says Repashy Jello is citric acid free. Yeah, my Plecos do get that, and one of these days I might do a Pleco versus Repashy because they do love it, and I think it would be a good video. I could do just like a molded ball or something, because you know in my Pleco versus food videos it's usually a big chunk of something, you know, so I could definitely do that, and then what they don't eat during the video I could chunk off and feed to everything else. So, and I could probably put it in there maybe possibly like halfway frozen, but I think when it's frozen it floats. I'm pretty sure. Adrian Castillo is in the house. What is up, Adrian? Nice to see ya. Tampa Tom, Pleco versus baked beans. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Give my Plecos gas. Yeah, that's a good idea. Science Gal Aquatic says watching the UFC fight right now. Excited. Yeah, me too. I usually enjoy the prelims. I'll probably only go till 8 tonight because I did pay $64.99 for the fight, and I do enjoy watching the preliminaries, so I probably will only go an hour tonight. Dubrexy21 says, I spent a little more money on gold white clouds. OMG, such an expensive dinner for my goldfish. Yeah, no kidding. Joel says, just grind down some hooves and make it proper like. What is up, Joel? Nice to see you. Joseph from JH Aquatic says, I'm loving the look of the fish room. Thank you very much. It's a little crowded. If I have stuff hanging on, if I have specimen containers hanging on these tanks right here, I kind of have to walk sideways and watch what I'm doing. And then whenever I bend over to work on my 10-gallon tank, sometimes I knock off this little bottle of Easy Green and the Tetra color granules there, but I'm keeping those there. They were supposed to be kind of for showing during the live stream, but I raised my chair the other day and they don't show as much. But whenever I'm down here, I feel like I'm too low, so I don't know. I'm still working on it. Joel says, wow, the pay-per-view is $65 US. Yeah, it was $64 and something, but the way I do it is my 16-year-old son gets like 10 of his buddies to come over, and they pay like $5 a piece, so that's like $50 off of it, so then I'm only paying like 15 bucks. And if he gets more that comes, if he gets enough that comes that pays for the whole thing, then I make him pay a little bit less to where I pay the same amount as they do, They have to bring their own snacks and stuff like that, though. My son doesn't, but they do. BB23 says, I'm going to search online to watch it for free. I've done that before, too. And then all of a sudden you lose it. And then it's at the time whenever you really want to watch it. So instead of being panicked, I thought that I would just tell my son to get a bunch of friends, come over, and we'll just order the fight. And whenever you've got it spread over so many people, it works out. Adrian says, Jeff, I've been meaning to ask, how are those plants I gave you a few weeks ago? Every last one of them are doing great. I got all of them planted in numerous tanks, and they're all doing really, really good, man, and I really appreciate it. The dwarf sage, you can see it right here in this tank. It's actually taking off and rooted in, and it didn't melt back or nothing. I was afraid that it would all melt back. I never kept dwarf Sagittaria before, but I have kept numerous ones that are like that. Like dwarf chainswords are a lot like dwarf sage, and my dwarf chainswords always melt back, and I've got one really nice set of dwarf chainswords back in there behind it, and it's not carpeting yet. I don't have CO2 in there, but it's actually rooted in, and my plecos that are in this tank are really easy on those type of plants, and it's working out great. Honeybee says, Jeffro, the fight organizer. Yep. Basically, it's one of those type of deals where, I mean, I don't do it very often, but over the years, I've had buddies invite me over, and they're like, it's just a few bucks because we got so many people coming over, and that's how you do it. I mean, $65 would be kind of expensive to do every Saturday night when you want to watch fights and stuff, but if you get enough buddies together, you can do it all for hardly anything that way. Yeah. Sell concessions, make fish room money. Hey, you guys, I'm going to have to write this down. Good ideas, good ideas. Definitely, BB23. Just get a hold of me and let me know how much it would be total, and we'll get it figured out. Sounds good. All right, I am at the bottom of the chat. We got 42 watching. Let's take a look and see what we got coming up for actually for Tuesday and Thursday's video. I'm used to saying Monday upload, so Monday night we'll have a live stream. But let's look and see what we got coming up for videos for Tuesday and Thursday of next week. Click here, and hopefully that didn't mess up my live stream as well. And click here. Okay. Alrighty. So today is the 6th, the 7th, 8th, 9th. So Tuesday I have a plant unboxing from Kyle's Wild World Aquatics. And then Thursday is the new Pleco tank setup. So yeah, I guess I can't remember what that video is even about. I can't remember if it's me setting up. Okay, it's me setting up the stand and stuff like that and talking about the new setup. Okay, sorry about that. I'm like, what is that video about? So yeah, Tuesday's video is a plant unboxing, Kyle's Wild World Aquatics, and then Thursday, and I'm probably buffering now because I did that, and that is a joke. Come on, guys. Okay, so it'll probably buffer for a couple of seconds. I don't know why they do that. Every time I look up my videos and have 2 tabs open, they do that. So John Gonzalez says 2 people at work today actually asked me if I have a hobby. I was like, yeah. That is funny. BB23, are you asking me if I have Instagram? Surely not, because you know I have Instagram. Okay. You were not. You were asking somebody else. I'm like, what are you talking about, boy? Dubrexy21 says, do you have a veggie garden, Jeffro? No. Last year, last summer, I did a aquaponics setup. And I grew some cucumbers, and I had an herb garden. And the herb garden was awesome, but I didn't do it again this year. Whenever I took that all down, I rehomed all my koi fish and, all my koi fish and goldfish and everything, and took the aquaponics setup down. And I didn't do it again this year. I would love to do a garden. It just would be a lot of work for me. I already have a lot of work with all these aquariums going, and I don't have a wife or a girlfriend or anything like that, and I think I would have to have some help. I guess I could put the teenage boys to work, but they don't care for vegetables, you know? So, I mean, the youngest, he loves vegetables and fruit, but I would love to have a veggie garden, though. So I could do like some raised beds and do, you know, small things. Dank Tank says, I told Jeffro to grow zucchini at least. Yeah, zucchini would be awesome because then I would have fish food year round. Yeah, BB23 brings up a very good point. I bother you too much to not know if you have an IG or not. Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? You know I've got an IG. Okay, so I am at the bottom of the chat. Select Pet says, idiot me, search for Jeffro's videos by typing in Jeffro's Insta. Yeah, I don't know. I've wondered this because you know how if you do a Google search, Google kind of knows what your searches are, so it pretty much knows what you're talking about. So if I type in Jeffro's, it pulls up everything to do with me. I've wondered if it does that for other people as well. So like if you type in Google search Jeffroz, does it pull up everything about me first, or is it kind of difficult? I've kind of wondered that. RNH20 with the $2.99 super chat says, the plecos you sent are chowing down on zucchini. Awesome. Awesome. It's really nice to hear how those things are doing. So cool. Thank you for the super chat, Mary. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad those plecos are doing good for you. They're pretty healthy. Ever since they were barely wigglers, they've been eating really, really healthy. I do that with all my plecos. So Peter Thiel says, opening line, I have 10 fish tanks in my bedroom. Do you want to see where the magic happens? Yeah, definitely, right? Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. I would like to see the face of a girl that sees my bedroom for the first time. Definitely. Let's see here. Mad Cypress LL is in the house. Keyhole cichlids today. Keyhole cichlids today. Well, welcome to the live stream, Mad Cypress. Susie says, have you ever tried aquaponics? Yes, I have. I don't recommend herb gardens, though. I used the bell siphon beds, and if you can get the bell siphons to work right, which I had one that worked really, really good, and I had one that I didn't have dialed in perfectly. But those of you that are in the chat that don't know what a bell siphon is, you do a gravel bed up to a certain point, and you have like a rock guard around this bell siphon that you build. And the water level goes up to a certain point, and then this bell siphon starts siphoning out all the water, so then the grow bed drains all the way down to the bottom. And then you're pumping in water into the grow bed, and then it fills back up, and then when it gets to that level, it drains completely down. And it works really, really awesome. But in an herb garden, most of your herbs like to be watered only every few days. The drain beds, the flood beds, like what the bell siphon does for it, actually keeps the gravel too damp, and your herbs don't do as good. I had some herbs that just withered away. My peppers didn't do good in them either. Cucumbers thrived. Carrots thrived. Onions thrived. But your herbs don't thrive. They like to be a little bit on the dry side, and then be watered like once every 3 to 4 days, somewhere around in there. But mine was just 2 grow beds with bell siphons. So one of them was, I had a bunch of crayfish in a pond, and I would suck the water up out of it into a grow bed, and then it would drain back down into the pond. And I mean, it was great filtration. That water was always crystal clear. And then the other one was a 90-gallon koi/goldfish pond, and it would go up into a grow bed and bell siphon out. It's a lot of fun. It was very interesting, and there's a lot of good videos. I wish I could think of the one guy. There was this one guy in New Zealand. I think his name is Rob's Aquaponics or something like that. But man, that dude has got a wealth of knowledge, and he grows some really awesome veggies. LOL, I bet. You'll have to explain that one. LOL, I bet. That must have been an answer to another text. Daryl Deemer with the $10 super chat. Thanks a lot, Daryl. I really appreciate that. Always nice to have you here, and I really appreciate your support. What do I do now? Uh-oh. Okay, so show chat. There we go. Thanks a lot, Daryl. I really appreciate it. Okay, okay, so I already got that. Okay. On wood-eating plecos, I would like to pleco versus birch, pleco versus elm. I am a pretty boring guy. Yeah, no doubt. Herbs or herbs. Accent sounds so weird compared to Australia. Yeah, H-E-R-B-S, herbs. Do you know if koi eat duckweed? I don't know for a fact that koi eat duckweed, because I had goldfish in my pond and koi. All I know is that the duckweed, every time I would put it in there, it would completely be devoured. So I don't know for a fact, but I think koi probably would, but I know goldfish do for sure. Jad Orsi says, I ended up at the LFS and Petco today, and all I bought was a $10 10-gallon. I'm not sure I'm proud of myself or sad. Well, anytime that you can get a 10-gallon brand new tank for $10, hey, you know, Maybe you should look at it like this. At least you didn't buy 15 of them at one time like the last time that I bought a 10-gallon tank. I just went in there and bought 15 at one time. I mean, it's like, but when 15 aquariums only cost you 150 bucks, that's not too bad. Joseph says, Jeff, I wish you were going to be at the aquatic experience. I do too. I really am actually sad that I'm not going, because last year I remember how much fun it was watching everyone at aquatic experience. I know that it would be a great opportunity for me to get to meet a bunch of awesome YouTubers and grow my community of friends, you know, because I know that I would get along with everyone. I just know it, and I know it would be a lot of fun to hang out with everyone. So I guess I just planned it a little bit too late this year and just really couldn't scratch up enough of the funds. Plus, I'm kind of stupid. I dropped, you know, $700 or $800 on this setup behind me there. So that's kind of what I chose to do instead of go to aquatic experience. You know, it's kind of like Jason from Jadron Aquatics the other day. He said, I've got $1,000. Am I going to spend it on the fish room, or am I going to go to aquatic experience? So he decided to spend it on his fish room. And right whenever I saw that, I was like, yeah, me too. That's kind of what I did. But next year I will have no problem going next year, and I'll just plan it ahead. I didn't realize that aquatic experience was going to be in New Jersey up until, you know, too late to really plan it. I was assuming it was going to be in Chicago again. And Chicago aquatic experience is really easy for me to plan. Like Aquashella, you know, I could have went to Aquashella this year. I mean, I was only 2.5 hours away from it. I just didn't go, you know. But now that I've seen that Aquashella was pretty good this year, I'll probably go to Aquashella next year for sure. And then I am going to for sure put it in the budget to no matter what go to the aquatic experience. So I'm there with you. Pam from 54 Punchy is in the house. I need to get in and get at least 140 breeder, but I don't want to take my truck the 60 miles into Cheyenne until I get some repairs done. Yep. Being able to get those 40s, and then someone got 275s the other day. Mike from M. Howie 9's Fish Tanks, I believe, said that he got 275s at the $1 per gallon sale the other day. So it's the time to get them. Oh, there we go. I bought 275s at the $1 per gallon sale. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Jad Orsi says, can't say the thought to tank stock didn't cross my mind. Yeah, really. Mary says, I'm so sad I had to cancel too, Jeffro. Yeah, I know. But it will make next year so much more fun. I think someone I heard from said that it's going to be in New Jersey for the next 5 years. I'm pretty positive. So, and then I heard Bob say once that a long time ago it was in Washington. I don't know how many years it was in Chicago, but I wish that it was in Chicago, because I would go. If it was in Chicago, I would go next weekend, because I could drive over. It would be really cheap. I mean, yeah, I could go for one day and just, you know, stay one night, come back, and boom. I could do it. Gunner's Fish Room says, McGregor or Khabib? It's going to be a tough one. Khabib is 26-0. He's never lost a round even. He's really tough on ground and pound. He's a bad mother. Conor McGregor is a freak of nature. He has been, the last 2 UFC fights that he's had, he has fought against a dude that weighs 170, 175. Nate Diaz is a freak. The first time, it was just a bloodied mess, and he got him on the ground and choked him out. That could be what Khabib does to him tonight. But I gotta believe that Conor is gonna go in there and just walk all over this dude. I don't know. It's gonna be his toughest challenge at the lightweight position, though. This Khabib he's the real deal. So it's gonna be exciting to watch, because, like, they're both bad to the bone, and they're both, you know, champions. So it's crazy. Susie says, I want to get 275s. I love the 75. You know, I love the layout of it. It's like a 55 gallon, but only it's deeper, you know? So, 75s would be awesome. Gunner's Fish Room says, feeding fish and watching UFC. Yep, that's what I'm doing in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go for about 10 more minutes. And then I'm going to go in there and get the UFC going. Get it going. Oh. So we've still got 39 watching. I don't know how many likes we've got. But don't mind me, Dozer. He won't move an inch. Like, I'm just trying to move my chair like 1 inch. So I am at the bottom of the chat. What else has anybody got going on this weekend that they want to talk about? We got about 10 minutes left. What's happening? I was going to do the Pleco versus Pumpkin video tonight, but I think I'm going to do it tomorrow night. I could have shot it today, and I wanted to, but I really need nighttime to shoot it. I always shoot... I try to shoot video on these aquariums when it's nighttime, because this room technically is a sunroom, and there's a lot of light glare in this room. So I have to shoot it at nighttime, and I have to have all the lights shut off and every other tank shut off whenever I'm shooting video on a tank to keep the glare down. Mad Cypress LL says 2 thumbs up. Cowboy, 2 thumbs up. When does the Petco $1 per gallon sale end? I'm pretty sure I heard mid-November. I can't remember if it was Keith Bordley that told me. If you're still watching, Keith, I'm pretty sure Keith was the one that told me it's like mid-November, I think. I want to say it's mid-November. Dank says, I'm going to build my Tokay Viv this weekend. Awesome. Well, you better get in gear, because tomorrow's the end of the weekend. If I can get past my artist block, LOL. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're meaning, though. I get that same way with music for my videos. I never get artist block for what build I'm going to do. I get it in my mind what I'm going to get, and then I get them. Like with this tank stand, I went online and figured out what the measurements were for 20-gallon longs. I've wanted 20-gallon longs for a long time, and I think to do a shell dweller tank, a 20-gallon long is great. And then I think to do a crystal tank, I think a 20-gallon long is great. And then I wanted to do that frag tank for so long, and of course I know what I'm going to do in a frag tank if I get one. I'm going to do plecos. So then the bonus was just to put the 3 10-gallon tanks down on the bottom. So yeah, I know a 40-gallon breeder would fit right there too. So let's see what else. But yeah, for me, it's not the figuring out what kind of video I'm going to do or figuring out what kind of tank setup I'm going to do. Mine is to find music, because like I made a video this week that the intro song, I knew for a fact it was going to get a copyright claim, and that's not that big of a deal to me. You know, my videos don't make any money anyhow, so every time I make a video that has a copyrighted song, the commercial still will play, but the person that owns the copyrighted music, they're the ones that will get the revenue if there's any that comes out of it. So if that video was to go skyrocketing, they would get the revenue. Speaking of a video skyrocketing, my fishing video that's been on the move ever since like March or somewhere around in there, it just went over 30,000 views last night. So I have a YouTube video that has over 30,000 views on it, which I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, let me see what the text before that says. Oh God, I didn't even know Dank had texted me. Booger nose snot rant. Dank, you're a goofball. Oh, now I remember what yeah, I bet. LOL, I bet means. Oh my gosh. Keith Boardley says, yep, it's the 17th. So, Peter, if you're still here, the Petco the dollar per gallon sale goes until November 17th, which is awesome because I will probably wait a few more weeks and get some more. Oh man, that coffee is good, but I'm gonna have to stop after this cup because I'm definitely wide awake now. So we're going for 5 more minutes. Anybody else got any last minute things? Because we won't be live again until Monday night. Anybody got anything to say? We got 33 people still here. Yeah. I've got a bunch of water changes to do tomorrow. So other than that, that's about it. And then tomorrow night I'll make that Pleco versus pumpkin video, Pleco versus jack-o'-lantern. I've got to study to see what I'm going to call that. I don't want to call it Pleco versus pumpkin. It's going to come out on Halloween Day too. But like when I was growing up, whenever you cut out the eyes and the nose and you put a candle in it, it was called a jack-o'-lantern. So I was going to study and see what other names people call those. All right, so we are at the bottom. I'm at the bottom of the chat. See if I missed anything here. Okay, Susie says my bell siphons, I lied, worked for a week or two, then I had to dial it in again. Yeah, and yeah, there is a lot of dialing in. There was one, and it's been so long since I researched them, Susie, I can't remember, so I'd be telling you wrong, but there was one that I tried that I didn't like as much as another one that I tried. There's all kinds of different methods on there, and yeah, the one that I got to go, it went. I mean, it was perfect. It was just dialed in to where it would come up to that one perfect level and then just drain down, and it would go all the way. The other one, it would come up to that level and then it would just hover there for a while, and then finally the siphon would break and it would go down. So it definitely takes some messing around. Mad Cypress LL says, I picked up 3 keyhole cichlids today and 12 harlequin rasboras. Awesome, man. Congrats. Real thing for you, fish tanks. See, I did miss some stuff. Why won't my plecos eat veggies? Too much algae in tanks? I don't know, real thing for you. L144s. All of my L144s love veggies. I mean, every type of veggies that I've ever put in there. So I really don't know. I don't have any fish or plecos that are picky, and I've talked about this in videos before. Like, I think it has a lot to do with I'm always changing the fish food that they eat. I mean, I'm just rotating all the time, and I never get stuck on one type of food. Like the food or the video that I had this week, someone commented, I just feed flakes to my fish. But I don't know that I could even do that. Like, my fish act like they're starving if I just feed them flakes, you know? But I love on days when I do feed flakes because everything in the tank gets to eat, because those flakes go everywhere. And like the other night, or last night actually, I fed flakes to this 40-gallon breeder right here, and every shrimp in that tank was out having a feast on flakes, and it was really cool. Before I forget, I hardly ever do this, but every time I have a live stream that I get super chats, I forget to thank the people who super chatted, and we've only got about a minute left here. So thank you, Mary from RNH2O, for the $2.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And Daryl Deemer with the $10 super chat. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate those. And I always forget to thank my super chatters, and it's kind of like afterwards I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to thank the super chatters. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate that. Let's go down here and see if anybody else had anything to say. Select Pet, when a thumbs up comes along, you must hit it. Thanks a lot, Select Pet. Keith Bordley says, I want to set up my 9-gallon flex, but I'm not sure quite yet. Definitely. John Bedker's here. He says, you still going next week? I haven't got the thing done for the to bring stuff. So text me. I did get the pre-registration info, but I haven't done anything with it. Do I still have time? So send me a text to tell me if I still do have time, because I could probably bring a whole bunch of shrimp and maybe some plecos, but definitely I can go to it. So just send me a text and we'll chat about it, John. Dank Tank says flakes are underrated and the most hated, especially for shrimplets. But man, mine love it. All right, guys, we are at the hour mark. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here tonight because I do have some UFC things to get done. Thanks for everybody that came tonight. Thanks for the super chats, and thanks for the likes and the shares and the comments. I really appreciate it. We'll see you again Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Peace out, y'all. Peace.